This is the story of Joseph Njoroge, a 31-year-old man living in Tena Estate, Nairobi. It begins at a club where he's holding his liquor. By the way, he loves his drink. The other day, his friend tried to get him to quit alcohol by telling him, "Guy, Jose, alcohol will not take you anywhere." Who was using alcohol as a means of transport? By the way, before you judge him, Joseph only takes alcohol on 2 occasions, when it is his birthday and when it is not his birthday. That night was one for the record books because the DJ was playing his favorite song by Charisma. It's called Sina Noma. Me, I'm trying to catch a wine. Ninyenye mnani analyze. Oh, I wonder why. Washugulika na your life. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina Noma, my guy. Tonight, I don't want no other. Sina Noma, my guy. Jabendo gihero ga sianda. Sina Noma, my guy. Na leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina Noma, my guy. Hey, that DJ knew how to put it down. To add insult to injury, he turned around and spotted an angel. A woman so beautiful, she felt like a gift from above, hand dipped in cozy dreams by cherubims. And to make matters worse, she was lip singing Charisma's song. So clearly, she has great taste in music. They started dancing, they were talking, they were connecting. The chemistry between them could power a nuclear reactor. Then, this lady, she's called Rachel, by the way, leans into his ear and says, "Wanna get out of here?" And Joseph replies, "No, I don't want to get out of here. I need to get out of here." That's how they winded up in Tena Estate, in Joseph's house. While Joseph was drunk, he still remembered that he needed protection, but he couldn't find any. So he told Rachel, "Damn, it looks like there's no helmet. Today, it's going to be skin to skin. What do you think?" And Rachel was like, "You know what? Let's swing it and wing it." Because his erection determined their direction, they went ahead. Now, when they did it, it was spectacular. If is to describe it, you remember when you were a little girl or boy, and people would play with a blade of grass in your ear. It would tickle you and you'd feel... Now, imagine a whole truckload of grass being poured on your ear. That is how magnificent it felt. His feet were off the ground. He was floating in the clouds. Nothing could make him fall from heaven. Until the next morning. Everything turns ugly in the morning. Rachel said, "Give me 10,000 shillings. Why? Because I said so. You think you can get with all this beauty for free? Guy. Rachel, you mean you are a prostitute? And we did it raw. Please, let's get tested. Let's just do a HIV test." She refused. She declined. He begged her. He had to bribe her. He gave her another 5,000 shillings for her to do the test. And as fate would have it, the test was positive. Oh my gosh. You are more evil than the devil. I'm positive. And Rachel told him, "If I am more evil than the devil, it is because I have been through hell." So off she went, and that's how he found out he's positive. But he wasn't panicking per se, because technology is there for us. Medical technology. Post-exposure prophylaxis PEP is there. He was just going to buy some, take it for 28 days, and he would remain negative. However, since he's a teacher at a secondary school, he was going to invigilate exams in Marsabit County. So he decided he would go and look for the PEP at Marsabit, maybe their referral hospital there, because the driver was coming for him that afternoon. When he got to Marsabit, there was no sign of PEP. The nurses and doctors told him Donald Trump has withdrawn funding to developing countries, and PEP was coming from that. So I'm sorry, we can't help you. Unfortunately, Marsabit, where they were, was really remote. The next time the driver came for them was after a week. Yet you need to take the PEP after 72 hours. So the 72 hours had lapsed, and that's how he became permanently positive. Now, Joseph started reading up on HIV, and people were telling him the only thing to fear is stigma. We have antiretrovirals, and you can live a positive life. But as he continued, he found out that that isn't the case. First of all, he struggled to find a spouse, because most people are negative. Those who are HIV positive will not tell you their status. Then once he found the spouse who was HIV negative, he needed to use protection throughout. The moment the protection failed, she had to take PEP. So PEP was always hovering in their relationship. During conception, they needed to get his sperm medically cleaned from the HIV virus in order for it to be inseminated into his wife. This was a very complicated and expensive procedure. Even staying healthy was no joke, because accessing ARVs in those remote locations where he was traveling was really difficult. He wishes he could erase that night. In the words of One Republic, a rock group that sang the song Counting Stars, everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Everything that drowns me makes me want to fly.